Yo, what's up YouTube? I am bringing the vlog back. It's coming back, 2018, new tutorials, new vlogs, a bunch of cool stuff's coming to the channel. But today, I'm gonna teach you guys a couple cool things with drones. We're gonna go down to Huntington Beach, but first I gotta go over to Sammy's camera. My GPS just fell. But like I said, I'm going to Sammy's camera right here out in Santa Ana, California, and we're gonna pick up some stuff before we head over to the Huntington Beach Pier, and then I'm gonna show you how I stack my images with my drone to get bigger pictures for Instagram. So let's go ahead and get over there. Hope you guys enjoyed that b-roll, and now it's time to go over the tutorial for today's video. So I'm framing up my shot right now, and for the settings that I use on my Mavic, I use decinelike, 0 for the sharpness, and then both contrast and saturation at -1. My peaking and zebras are both on, so I know what's in focus and which part of my highlights are being clipped. I flew the drone on a really bright sunny day. I should have waited for sunset, but for the sake of the video, the only time I could go out and get the footage to show you guys was around 2 or 3 o'clock. So for a bright sunny day like this, I will try to shoot a little bit underexposed to keep the highlights down, and then in post editing, I'll boost the shadows and drop the highlights even more. So for the picture part, I'm framing it out right now, and I want to make sure that I have the pier in the middle of my screen using the rule of thirds. I'm just trying to use the grid lines to remember where the pier is throughout the shot. Now shout out to my boy Eric John for showing me how to do this with the drone. I always knew about panoramic shots on a regular camera, and it never once dawned on me to take it. The next step after framing your first shot is to tap to focus. After we take our first shot, we are going to raise the gimbal a little bit higher, making sure there is a subject from our first photo still visible now in the second. Now continue raising your gimbal and take as many shots as needed. I normally will take anywhere from 2 to 4 photos total. Remember, for every picture that you're taking, there has to be some sort of subject from the previous photo still in your next image. The easiest way to do this is making sure your grid lines are turned on. Next, whatever is in the top center square, when you move the gimbal up, just make sure it's on the bottom square now, and you have a piece of the prior picture in your next photo to make stitching easier. Now it's time to have some fun editing these pictures, but first we gotta stitch them together. I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. Click on File in Photoshop, go down to Automate, and then click on Photo Merge. Next, you're going to want to hit Browse and locate where you have your pictures saved of the drone shots. I have the 4 right here that I want to stitch together, and I'm going to hold Shift and select all 4. Then we're going to go down to Open, and you want to make sure Blend Images Together and Content Aware Fill Transparent Areas are checked off. Then all we have to do is hit OK and give Photoshop some time to stitch them together. And then we're gonna see our end result, and boom, there we go. We have all 4 pictures stitched together. The next thing I like to do is hit Command or Control D to deselect those dotted lines, and then we're gonna hit Shift, make sure this layer is clicked, and then click on the bottom one, and then Control Merge Layers so that we have one final photo. Now I'm going to show you how to save it onto your desktop so you can bring it into Lightroom and edit. Hit File, go down to Save As, and we're going to make sure that TIFF is selected because that's like an intelligent file. And then we'll name this HB Peer Picture. Okay, for our last and final step, I brought my picture, the TIFF file that we saved onto the desktop, into Lightroom, and I just want to show you how I crop now. So we have our big square picture, and that's not going to fit on Instagram. So what I like to do is go to the crop button. I usually will auto align first. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not perfect. Then we're going to go down to 4:5, and then we want to hit the letter X to make sure it's in vertical mode. And then from here, all you need to do is crop and edit, and you're ready to post your new awesome shot on Instagram. Now, this type of shot, having so much subject in the picture, usually be pretty impossible to get with just one shot with the drone. You'd have to fly super high up, probably higher than FAA regulations, which is a big no-no. You don't want to be flying over the 120 meters. That would not be good, especially if you were to get in trouble. So this is how I do all my panoramic shooting with the drone. If you guys thought this tutorial was helpful, please leave a like and a comment below. I want to hear your feedback on if this tutorial steps up your drone game. If you have any tips for me, drop them down as well. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. As always, my gear list is in the description if you guys want to check out what gear I'm using. My name was Jason Anthony. Peace out.
What do you want from me? Just tell me what you want from me, because I don't know what happened. I don't know how we got here. I just woke up and... I don't know what happened.